start by splitting the work area down into two parts. And we have a left side and a right side. Where do we begin? Let's look just at numbers. Suppose we have 2 times 7. Well, that would give me an answer of 14. 2 lots of 7 equals 14. Now, if I were to put brackets around it, that now has become a group. The brackets group things. Yes, there's a single value in there, but it is still a group. Now, suppose I were to split the 7. Here is the group, and I were to split it into 4 put with 3. Now, that is still 7, so I'll multiply that by 2. As this is still 7, 2 times 7 is still 14. That is absolutely correct. Mathematically, they don't put the multiply sign there. They do this. And it is still equal to 14. That is the same as that is the same as that. We just understand there's a multiply sign there. We're multiplying this group, so we have 2 lots of that group. Here's one lot, 4 plus 3. Here's another lot, 4 plus 3. You can see here we've got 2 lots of the group. Now, if we were to add them up, put them together, we have here, there's the plus in the middle, right? We have 4 plus 4, and we have 3 plus 3. Notice the count is 2, and the count is 2. So we have 2 lots of every value. 2 lots of each value that's in there. So we have 2 lots of 4, and we have 2 lots of 3. Add those up, and we get 8 put with 6, which in turn equals 14. See, that's the same thing. Now, instead of having actual numbers, suppose we have 2 times, I'll put the multiply there, a plus b. Right? There are values, we don't know what they're worth. There's a value there, and there's a value there. Again, we don't put the multiply, we do that. That is the same as that. It's exactly the same process as over this side here. So we have 2 lots of what's in the bracket. So we have a plus b, that's 1 lot. A plus b, that now is 2 lots of that group, and we add those together and we get an a put with an a, that is the plus there. We get a b put with a b, so we have 2 lots of a, there's the plus, and 2 lots of b, and that's all there is to it. When you have this situation here, the brackets form a group, and this number here tells you how many of that group you have got, and we've multiplied everything inside by that number there. Okay, let's do it again, but slightly differently, shall we? What colour? Let's use 2. There's our 2. There's the bracket, a plus b. Now, in fact, what we have there is the plus. We have the 2. Whoops. Let's get that right. We have the 2 times the a put with 2 times the b, there's the plus, so we end up with, let's get this right, pen size had altered, 2a plus 2b. See, we understand the multiply is there. We don't bother to write it, it's there. That's all there is to it. Now, of course, you can go the other way round. Suppose we have, as a group, 2a plus 2b. Now, each of those is multiplied by 2. So we can factor out the 2. We end up with 2 times a plus b, because everything inside the bracket is multiplied by the 2. That is factoring, what they call factoring. Right? You will probably come across that in functional skills. You will certainly need to understand this here, the multiplying everything inside the bracket by what is outside the bracket. Now let's take this up a notch, a slightly higher level. Right? You've got the general principle. Now we're going to look at something slightly different. Alright, let's do this. We have a value of 2 put with, and I'll change colour, 4. Now that is my group. Now they're different colours on purpose. Suppose we were to do this. What we do here, this lot multiplies everything that's in that lot. But we have to split this. So what we do is, first of all, we look at the 2. We have 2 lots of a plus b. Now we've got a plus there, so we put our plus. That plus there is that plus. Now we multiply everything that's inside that bracket by the 4, and we end up again with a plus b. Take a moment to look at what we've done. Everything inside the right hand bracket is multiplied by everything that's inside the left hand bracket. Just we've split up the left hand side bracket. We got, first of all, we deal with the 2 plus, there's the plus. See, so that carries through there. We then multiply everything in here by the 4. Now, as we did previously, we have 2 lots of a, so let me use that colour there, shall I? We're using this one here. We have a plus b, that's 1 lot, but we want 2 lots, a plus b. So here we end up with 2 lots of a put with 2 lots of b. That's dealt with that one there. Now we're going to look at this one. We have 4 lots of a plus b, so here's 1 lot, a plus b, here's another lot, here's another lot, here's another lot. So this is that. Add them up, we get 4 lots of a plus 4 lots of b. Now the thing is, we got this plus here, which is in fact that plus there, which connects those 2 together. So that one there means we add this lot to that lot. So if we group it correctly, first of all, let's look at this one here. We have 2a. Now we look at that one. So we've dealt with the a's. That's an a, that's an a. So now we deal with the b's. So we end up with 2b, or not 2b, that is the question. That's that one. We've now got to do that one there. So we've now dealt with that one. So we've dealt with all of those, and they're all put together. 2 plus 4 is 6a. That's plus 2 plus 4 is 6b. Is that the same as what we've done? Top. Now look, 2 plus 4 is 6. There's your bracket. A plus b. Multiply everything inside the bracket by what's outside. You know, that's 6. Is this 2 put with 4, which makes 6. So we end up with 6 times a plus 6 times b. Notice I carry that down. This is exactly the same as that. This is a quicker way. This is a very long way of doing it. Let's do another one. Instead of a and b, I'm going to use x put with y. And that is our group. That's now grouped together. And I'm going to multiply that by 3. Everything inside the bracket is multiplied by the 3. So 3 times x is that one. There's the plus. 3 times y. That is that one dealt with. But we don't put the multiplied in there. We go 3x plus 3y. And the reverse way, factorizing, if you've got that, put it in a bracket, 3x plus 3y. Okay, so that now is a group. What is in each of these is 3, so we can take the 3 out. So we take the 3 out from that one and the 3 out from that one. Has to be the same. What we take out has to be the same. So we end up with 3x plus y. That is factorizing, that is multiplying. One is the reverse process of the other. Taking it up another notch. Suppose we have as a group 3 plus b, and I want to have that multiplied the values of x plus y. Everything inside the right hand bracket is multiplied by everything inside the left hand bracket. Okay, so we've got 3 times that, 3 times that. Everything in there is multiplied by 3. We take it one step at a time. So we end up with 3x put with 3y. Each of those is multiplied by the 3. Now this is telling us we got to add them together, but first everything inside here is multiplied by b. So we have b times x. That's the plus there. B times y. Okay. That add is there. Now look, 3x plus bx. We end up with 3x plus bx. That's this one here. I'm going to group it. We have to add them together, so that add goes there. Now 3y plus by. We've now got 2 groups, and we can factor each of these groups. In this one here, this left group, what is common, what is in both of them, is the x. So we can take the x outside the bracket. We end up with 3 plus b. X is in both, so we can take the x outside the bracket. Remove the x from 3, we get 3. There's the plus, plus. Remove the x from b, we get b. Plus, here, oh, hang on, I need A bit more room than that. Here, what is in both of those is the y. So we take the y out. Remove the y from the 3 and we end up with 3. Remove the y from b and we get b. There's a plus in between. Now I can take this further. I don't want to at this stage. I don't want to do that at this stage. Right? We will be dealing with that type of thing later and taking it further. Here we have the additions of the group. All the y's are grouped. All the x's are grouped. I then factor out the x because it's common to both, factor out the y's because it is common to both, and that gives me this. Stop there.